start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Mark?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Kira, roll call.
Schaefer,
First ward here.
Massey,
Second ward here.
Kastler, Ruffing,
Third ward here.
Smith,
Third ward here.
Carter,
Fourth ward here.
Eisman.
Okay. The first one on the agenda is any comments from the floor about this agenda? Anyone? Okay. Moving along, do I have a motion for the approval of the minutes from February?
Motion.
A second? All in favor?
Aye.
The next one is the approval of the bills from February. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next is the approval of the monthly reports, city clerk, city treasurer, court clerk from February. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Okay, any discussion? Who motioned? Jonathan? Was that your motion?
Thank you.
And Karen. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first resolution of the evening is resolution number 17, authorizing an amendment number 6 to address the wastewater treatment deterioration of the structural conditions in the operations building. And this is to extend GHD's consulting service a contract. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
Chet, would you lead the discussion on this one, please?
Thank you. So this is part of the wastewater treatment plant UV disinfection project. As we're working through construction, we found some unanticipated issues with the condition of the second floor, precast concrete planks in extremely poor condition and frankly hazardous. There's work in the generator room up above these planks. There's new equipment being placed on the floor up above, and there are workers working underneath as well. So some very heavy equipment needs to be moved around on these planks, and there is not much stability left to them. So this extension of GHD's contract is to put together a structural shoring and support plan for those sections of floor in the treatment plant to support them and support the loads up above.
Okay. And Chet, how is this one going to be funded?
This will be funded under the existing EFC grant and loan that we have open with EFC. So it's an extension of the project still within the allowable budget that we have from EFC.
Okay. Any other discussion, comments, questions?
Is it
Okay.
permanent or is this just to support the construction?
This will remain there permanently until we address the floor at some later date, but the permanent portion will protect our workers long term. So construction workers in the short term, but also our folks in the long term. So it's going to stay in place.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Okay, roll call on this one.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kastler, Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Okay, our next one is local law number 1, which is the establish a seasonal permit program and fees for private snow plowing. Do I have a motion for this?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, everyone knows what it's about.
We've talked about this pretty good. We work.
Okay, roll call.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kastler, Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Okay, and the next one, we have quite a few of these that are scheduling a public hearing, so we'll kind of go through them rather quickly. Resolution number 18, requesting a public hearing on April 7th, that would be our next meeting, for local law number 2, amending the Chapter 84, the Code's property maintenance standards and enforcement. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Just let me say this, if I may, Mayor. Bianca and I were in court, and one of the particular judges didn't like the definitions, and Bianca took it upon herself to do some research, let me review it, and that's why we're changing it. The judges didn't like the definition, so you have to deal with a certain judge, and you want to make sure your coach cases are being prosecuted. That's why the local law, but Bianca took care of it. Thank you, Bianca.
So was it a tightening of the language, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There was
Okay.
some, and there were some gray areas, but there always is. You can only be so tight, you'd have an encyclopedia. However, we tightened it up for Bianca, and I'll give her the credit where it's due. And I reviewed it, and she tightened it up pretty good.
Okay, great. Do we have any other discussion?
Thank you, man. Nice job. That's great.
So this is just for the public hearing. Roll call.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Okay, our next one, resolution number 19, requesting a public hearing on April 7th for the Hanson Island Bridge boundary line adjustment and sale. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second? Okay. Any questions about this one? I think all of us have talked about this for a long time.
Great news.
It's really good news.
Great news.
You know, DOT assured us that the new methodology of rating is going to put us in a position where we just would not qualify. And so since it's going to private property and has no public benefit, I'm excited that they were interested in working with us on this and buying it from the city. So that's what that's about. So public hearing. Any questions, comments? Roll call.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Definitely yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Okay. The next one is Resolution 20, amendment to the police chief contract, adding public service director title. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Roll call.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Okay, got everybody? Resolution 21 is our next one, requesting a public hearing on April 7th for a bed tax. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? This is one we've talked about quite a bit in the past too. This is a 3%. And we'll get into it with the public hearing more. Any questions at all? Okay, roll call.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Okay, the next one, Resolution 22, requesting a public hearing on April the 7th for local law number 5, Article 19 of the New York State Urban Renewal Law. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Everybody know what this is about?
No.
Bianca, could you explain in like a sentence or two, because it is kind of complicated what this is
Yeah,
about?
it's a tool to move the process forward to take over some of these abandoned properties, to either take them down, force compliance, and if we can't find the owners and they don't respond, we have to go to the Supreme Court actually, but either sell off the property to somebody else, we have to get site control over them in order to do anything.
In order to take them down or anything, and so that's the big challenge with it. So these are zombie houses that nobody seems to own, they're just vacant, and we'd like to take them down. They're to the point now, most of them are not repairable. and be able to build something else. And so we've got a lot of plans, and we can go after grants for blighted houses. There's a lot of things we can do once we get site control of them. So we've
We
got,
can't apply for the grant until we have site control, and there is money to be had.
so we don't want to take control of these either until we're ready, until we have somebody that knows we're going to be taking them down, or what we're going to do. We're working with Herkimer County Land Bank on these two, that they will pay for the takedown of one set of properties that will be great. So it'll open up some additional space.
Will we be able to reclaim any of the money that it takes to get site?
No,
No, that's the problem. So
you're not gonna reclaim the money anyway.
No, the county is, they'll waive the taxes on this particular one, Furnace Street that I'm thinking about. The taxes are $60,000, so they're going to forgive all of that if we help them get rid of it.
You need a resolution from the county.
Yes, we do.
You'll need a resolution.
Absolutely.
From the county saying that they're willing. I've been through this before to a certain level, and then the municipality decided not to complete the process. But in the beginning of the process, we received a resolution that was said contingent upon our acquiring title under our.
Okay.
Just we'll get on that.
Okay,
We'll make sure,
sounds
'cause I don't
good.
want the state city to get stuck.
Yeah, he did mention that when I was talking to Pete Campion, that we would need to be doing that. So it's a process, okay? Anything else? Roll call?
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Okay. Any new business? Okay. Old business, I'm going to refer to Nick here to follow up on Robin Spofford's
Well, I
comments.
at least on 2 occasions, I reviewed quite carefully General Municipal Law 103. I did General Municipal Law 14AF. I did and then I did a procurement policy review, and it really wasn't the charter, it was a code. I think you just misstated that it was part of the charter, it was part of the code. I find no violation of the law with professional services. I don't. And I've been through it with other municipalities where we've had to hire professional services. And I believe what makes it a professional service is a realtor, is a licensed, specially trained individual. So I think there's an exception to that. And in fact, I don't know if I have it with me, but I had an opinion, and I read it to you this afternoon, from the controller's office, that I know they're not binding, but they're the strongest thing you can get sometimes, that said it's what it is. So that's where I'm at. I suggested to the city to place Robbins, excuse me to just call you by your first name. I'm sorry.
My last name is
Stafford.
Yeah, thank you.
Apologies.
We'll put your letter on file, which makes it public record, because I know you were interested in that. I took a look at this without any influence from the mayor or anybody else, and I looked at it again. I spent an hour today just to reread it to make sure.
Am I allowed to communicate with you?
That's
right
right. I'm not the person.
now? I will
At this,
wait until do my public comment.
yes, if you would please.
What's
Okay.
that? I'm sorry.
We're going to move to the point of public comments for her response, if that's okay.
Mayor, I'm just going to move on. So I just want, I know we were called out individually for not responding to your communication, and certainly that was not meant to be disrespectful or anything. This is, from the start, seemed like a matter of legality. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't feel comfortable. We did discuss the matter with the mayor as far as the policy. I think it's appropriately handled by the city attorney. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Okay.
And that's my interpretation. I'm not going to tell you there can't be others, but it seems pretty solid with the 3. Whether you want to say who has priority, whether it's our local law or it's the state, they all say that you can do without putting it out to public bid. So.
Okay. Anyone else on the council? Okay. Moving along, comments from the floor.
Well, that helped me out. My name is Robin Safford, and I am the person I'm a human being that we were just talking about. First of all, Mr. Massey, thank you for that. I think one of the problems that I'm seeing in my little brief encounter with the city council, with the city, with the mayor, is I'm not entirely sure that I understand what you just said about legalities, but we're a small city, and I think waiting 23 days and not getting a response from anybody here, I don't find that acceptable. If I were sitting in your chair, if nothing else, especially from my ward or the mayor herself, regardless of waiting on legal opinion or guidance, I think it would be good to make just a response of, thank you, we are looking into it. That's all I would need.
Please.
And I'm not, no way am I here to argue about it. I'm just, when I went through everything today, it appeared that the mayor had almost immediately responded to your concern when it was first. I don't know if it was October, December, but it was
Yes.
a bit ago. Because when I read, I think you included it.
No, and I agree with that. So it was very strange for me that she jumped on, responses so quickly twice, but when I came in with a really good, solid argument, I got silence.
So you're referring to the last meeting?
Yeah.
I own
Okay.
that.
You own that, Leslie?
I own that one. And part of the reason why there wasn't a response earlier was I'm not going to give you the week-by-week play, but I'm a part-time city attorney, one of the only part-time city attorneys that I know in this entire area with no assistance, no help. I can only devote so many hours to city work. That's
Okay.
just the nature of the beast.
We can go round and round on.
I wish I had 3 assistants.
We could go round and round on
You
it.
have to work within the confines of what you can do, and I was on vacation for a week, and I had been ill for a week, and I don't make excuses, but I'm a part-time city attorney, and I wish we had corporation counsel. We don't. The city's small, and we can't afford it, so that's on me.
Well, I didn't expect a response from you, honestly, but I appreciate that. But again, just a nuance of something would have been acceptable and not on a legal time frame. So that's fine. I don't want to go round and round on this. I understand. So the next thing is what I'm not understanding is when I have talked to the state comptroller's office, they are that office and are the people, the attorneys that told me that I had a basis here. They are the people that said, we will now open up a risk assessment folder. They are the people that said, no, we can't give you legal advice. However, from what we're reading is that the municipal law, the charter code under the charter law should be followed in this particular instance with real estate. I have called the comptroller's office in the past on other things just for questioning because I thought I was wrong. And I was wrong, so it was good that I called them. This particular case, I waited a month and a half, and then I got a response from the comptroller's office. And they are the ones, and I have sent them our prior emails, everything that you saw in that letter up until, it was November that I got a response from them. So what I'm saying to you is that's why I'm still going forward with this. Because, I respect your opinion. I am not an attorney, but I find it fascinating that a comptroller's office would say to me, what we are seeing, basically they're saying what we're seeing is that state law does not overrule this particular municipal law, and if they want to change it, that's fine. And I agree with that. If you want to change a law that's, or a code within our city charter, go ahead. But I don't think that they would have said to me, we are specifically opening up a risk folder on this topic and send anything and everything you want if they didn't find legal basis of what I'm trying to describe. So I appreciate everything. I want that on public comment. I will continue to go down this road because I find it to be not cohesive with the charter law. So,
Well, let me mention something to you. The charter law that you're referring to, that Article 18,
18-.
is not the charter.
I'm sorry.
It's the codes book. The charter only has 10 articles.
No, and they did say that to me,
Okay.
and I've confused
And
that.
the
because
charter-
I sent them that.
Okay.
I sent them that. They have that. And they said the same thing to me. So I am being.
So when
Yeah.
your email said that,
Yeah.
Article
But
18.
but I am not.
But it's very different, and the charter overrides that because your Article 18 in the codes book basically states that it can't conflict with the charter.
Now, I went through that with them. They actually have a copy of that. They read that.
Of course they do, because we
Yeah,
work with
no,
them
what
all
I'm
the
saying
time.
to you, of course they do, yes, they do. They have a copy of it.
Right.
They took 5 days to get back to me and responded because they looked that up. I sent them the copy of 18-2, and they said specifically, yes, what we're seeing is non-compliance, and they should be following that code, and that was the word they said. And so I'm just going by that.
Well,
Okay.
we hear from them, they're not being smart. If we hear from them in that regard, we most certainly will take that under consideration and relook at everything.
My
To
question,
date, we have not heard from them.
no, because it's a risk assessment folder, because they're compiling it, and they told me that. It's, it's something they're gonna be looking into.
So-
My question, though, is, in between, if you continue on this business as usual, using whoever it is for a realtor, and you are found later on that that is not in compliance, then what?
I don't follow the question.
Like I said, if they tell us we're not in compliance, we'll review everything and see if we need to change our procedures in the future. It's about all we can do.
Yeah. Very good.
That's all that I'm aware of that we can do. Let me say it that way. I'm not the guy of the law, but I'm aware if they come back and say we did something wrong, we'll review our procedure and policies and our local law, and we'll take it from there.
So it doesn't affect you at all, what I just described? So if I went to,
Me personally, no. I can't speak.
I mean, on a legal
I can't speak
basis,
for nobody but Nick McCurry.
that baffles me in itself.
Well,
Because
like I said, if I get a response from them, then I'll consider it. It would have been nice if they had responded to you in writing. They didn't. They responded to you over the telephone.
Well, I have emails
And
accepting,
please, I didn't interrupt you, Rob.
I'm sorry, yeah.
And the problem when we're all talking is interpretation and missing things. I'm not saying you did, but it would have been nice. And if we get something in writing from them, we'll act on it.
All right. So the emails that I have back and forth accepting, all right, it must be funny for you.
No,
I'm sorry,
no,
I'm sorry.
I was
I'm done. Yeah, it must be real funny for you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Have any of the lots sold?
When?
One lot sold? And is there a term limit on the contract with River Hills?
That I don't know.
It's 1 year.
Did we sign a contract on that?
Yeah, it's 1 year.
1 year?
Well,
And that was from last September?
Yeah, I think we signed it in September. I'd have to go back and review that.
May I ask why they were pulled? Why they are temporarily off the market?
I requested to pull them so that the count during the winter months, that we didn't just run the clock. They'll be putting back on in March. Okay, let's move on. Any other questions,
I
comments?
just want to make a quick mention, just a comment. Hello?
Say your name, please, if you don't mind.
Sure. My name is Michael Vitiglio. I know some of you. I just wanted to take a moment to just mention that I understand that when going through a city budget, compromises need to be made and such. It disappoints me that the mindset tends to be one of trying to ease budget pressure and treat it like a business, when in reality, you're not a business. Governments are not meant to make a profit. They're meant to give every taxpayer exactly what their thing is. That's right. It is. And you know what? The city pool going down may be this little thing that seems like it's just something that I might gotta stick up my butt about, but let me tell you something. These kids are not gonna have a place to go. And if you feel bad about it, then that's fine. But if you don't care, and you're sitting on this side over here, then on your way home, stop by every house where your constituents may have kids and knock on their door and tell them you don't care where their kids go. I'm fortunate enough now to have means to send my kids somewhere, but that was a place that we really enjoyed going to. And now with every passing year that pool isn't funded, and we have people funding right now, so I'd love to see a show of hands of how many of you have donated or are looking forward to donating at least $150 to help keep that pool going. I can assure you, a stitch in time saves nine, is the saying. That pool is going to turn into the scariest place in town. We're going to be talking about how we're going to ask the state or someone to buy it off of us so that we could dismantle it, because it's going to be horrifying and we're going to lose it forever. So I just want to say, I really hope that you guys are going to do whatever's in your power to gain some sort of funding to keep that place open, because it's beautiful. No one comes to this town looking to invest thinking, gee whiz, I hope the budget pressure's in the green. You think, wow, I don't got to pay for garbage removal? Hey, look at that, I can send my kids somewhere. Hey, look, there's a baseball, and we could play pickleball? Goodness gracious, this place must be on the up and up. And instead, it's turning decrepit. So
Okay.
I'm hoping you guys are putting a lot of time in to try to find a way to get that money outside of government. And that's it. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Okay, moving on. Chet, would you give us a city engineer report?
So, wastewater treatment plant UV project, all of our major electrical equipment was delivered about a week and a half ago. One tractor trailer with a little over $1 million in electrical equipment showed up at the site. We're online. We're on target to be online for disinfection May 1st, which is our permit requirement. We have the roof change order that we've been talking about for what feels like 6 months. Should be ready this month, and so we will have new roofs hopefully on the operations and influent buildings. And overall project is scheduled to be completed late summer this year. So we'll be closing that up finally. That's been a long time coming. We're getting there. City of Little Falls was selected by the Department of Health to participate in the EPA's GLO program, which is Get the Lead Out program. So part of the lead service line project, the EPA is actually, through this program, is going to give the city technical assistance, like directly funded through them, with door-to-door surveys, some investigation, excavation, and completing our overall lead service line inventory so that we can then go to the next step of getting funding for replacements. Water treatment plant sand filter rehab, that project, the design documents are 90% complete and sent to regulators for their comments. I've been working my way through it. If anybody wants some light reading, here's the spec book for replacing sand, which sounds very exciting, I'm sure. We're on track with chips paving for the spring, and later this week I'm working with Urban Renewal to kick off some of the preliminary work on a new homes grant. Lots of stuff. We also got the regular monthly project report that's up online, and also kind of more detailed, nitty-gritty detail. You can also find out more Public Works update later this month.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Chet? Okay, we'll move on to mayor's comments. As usual, we'll start out with the cash position. Today we're at $1,479,675 in general water, sewer, and golf. We have $53,614 in our reserve account. We had to work through our reserve account a little bit, paying off. All year long, we stash money aside there so we can take care of the pension costs that we have on an annual basis. So we dipped into it, so we're in the very beginning of building it back up. Our payables, we are coming in very, very lean. We did not take a TAN out, as you know. We didn't take a RAN out. This is the first time in probably recent history, I don't know how long it would be, that we haven't done that for the first 4 months. So we're moving in very, very cautiously and conservatively to April, when we will start getting our tax money in. So everything is a little bit held a little bit here and there. We're in 30 days, we're at 93,000 in payables, 60 days, 82, and 90, 40,000. So it's about 200,000 for those of you who have been through the tough parts of last year, year before. This is small compared to where we had been. So we're holding that until the tax money comes in, which is, we get 75% of our 4 million that is expected in April. So we should be just great there. This prevents us from having to go out for another ban at this time. So the cost of financing, a TAN rather, the cost of financing is something we'd like to get rid of as we go forward. City insurance policies, we renewed the MBT, which is premium cost of $217,000. That was a big one annually. A multi-med billing that begins on March 15th. And for all of you, last meeting, you probably heard we talked about the multi-med switch from the CAG. The difference in the response as far as collections, the CAG has been running about 50%, multi-med runs about 90%. So we're excited about that because it not only will they collect more, but it'll come in a little bit sooner. So that should make a big difference from an EMS perspective. Non-water sewer revenue in February was 52,107. Water sewer collections 169,000. So everything's kind of going as planned there. Development interests, this is something everybody's been talking about. The Borough Building and the Ivy Gardens. Last month we had a great community event at Rock City Center. Ivy Gardens was one of the projects that was showcased, and it's behind the Borough Building or the Adirondack Bank Building. And that one, they're well underway with the construction. It's mainly rehab, and that should be open midsummer is what they're looking at right now. So those are small single apartments, but I think that what they're doing with them, I have pictures in the conference room here to be sure to take a look at what they're going to look like. And so rates are going to be very affordable. You're looking at, in these two projects, anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500. The smaller one's probably closer to $1,000. So it hits that affordable mark and also the low end of mid-market. The Borough Building is in the planning stage right now. We've got some beautiful pictures that have been going back and forth. We're looking at being able to claw back some of the DRI money that was slated for dairymen at one point in time, and they decided not to continue. So we'd like to get that money into the project, the Borough Building project. I think we have a strong opportunity of getting that. I have had several conversations, and I'm looking for a decision probably next week sometime. That also, those are going to be, the upper level are going to be 2 bedrooms, and then the rest will be 1-bedroom apartments. And they're targeting young professionals, and they're also targeting seniors that are not low income, but need a place to get out of the house that they're in, so that frees up the market for housing, which we love, more inventory, and it gives them something that really suits their lifestyle, usually as a single person in their late stage, or husband and wife, so smaller apartment. Actually, we've had 2 people who have pre-signed for the 2 bedrooms already. And so, yeah, a lot of people are interested in that building. I think the apartments, you can see from the pictures in the conference room, are going to be very nice. And the views, I'm told, from the upper levels are going to be gorgeous. So very exciting news. Even across the street today, I heard from a gentleman who hopes to close on Monday the Berkshire building.
And so we'll have that whole corner really taken care of. So you have the garden apartments behind the Borough Building, and then the same development team is looking at the Snyder Building, and if we can get it in the OZ, the Opportunity Zone. And I've done some research on the Opportunity Zone, and looking at the per capita map that they go by as far as income levels and things like that, the whole region in that area where I wanted to expand is part of that parcel number for the Opportunity Zone. So fingers crossed that we'll be fortunate enough to be able to put that into the mix. It'll make it more favorable to the Jonathan Tower and his group that really look at the OZ opportunities. And then we have Rockton Plaza too, that received over the last couple of weeks $5.9 million in state funding to get their first phase of Rockton going. That is the tower, the 4-story tower that will be going up. Once they get that tower up, the plan was always to take people from the older building, move them over to the new building, and then to renovate those apartments. They were always very, very small, and so they want to turn them into regular size 1-bedrooms. And I think that's going to be really great for those people. And it's the seniors, mainly the seniors, and that's more low income in that section. Also, then that probably next year they'll start working on Valley View Courts. So the plans are still going together with Little Falls Housing. Home grant, and Chet mentioned home grant. We're in the early stages of taking applications. We'll really be pushing this out more aggressively over the next few weeks. If you know of anyone who is having a hard time with their property, it could be windows, it could be a roof, it could be porches, you name it. The home grant has been really popular over the last years. It's been going on for us for quite some time. This year we got $500,000, which was a real boost because the extra, we always have like $1 million worth of projects to do in $400,000. So this year with the $500,000, I think it's going to be great. So make sure if you have family or friends or somebody that needs to participate in it. Urban Renewal does the administration on that for us, and their office is in the conference room at the back end of it. And Jake will take good care of you if you have someone. The other thing, swimming pool. We have our ladies from from Next here with us. Swimming pool upgrades. Next is working on a $130,000 capital campaign for pool upgrades. Once the project is complete, the funds, less their administrative fees, will be donated to the city for repairs, filtration system, and potentially, hopefully, some operation fees for staffing the pool during the summer. Next is raising the funds independent of the city. The city did not contract with Next to raise the funds for the pool. We have an MOU with them, and that basically is detailing all the record keeping that once the donation is made to the city, we will have a restricted grant account and make sure that everything is documented as for use and cost and that sort of thing. We're happy for their desire to help out with the pool. We think that it's wonderful, and I think they've been off to a great start so far. Do you want to add anything, Michelle?
It's been going really well. Just to let you all know, people are very receptive to this, and I do have extra flyers here, so if anybody would like to take them, I can leave them here. But you know, it's in the mail, but we've actually secured a $50,000 sponsorship, a donation, but you know, we'll celebrate that once it actually arrives. So I just want to let you know that with a grain of salt. But you know, we also have collected about $6,000 from the residents as well. So it's being very well received, and we're just going to keep after it. And failure is not an option because we agree this is important to the children, to the families, and it really must happen. So we are going to do everything we can to make this
great.
happen.
It's great to see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then my last thing here is Moreland Park, just to give everyone a heads up. we've had to do some water upgrades, kind of emergency water upgrades up at the park. We do not have, we're not going to have for the season water or bathrooms. And so what we've done is we'll be installing piping and connections to city water. So it's going to be an area that's going to be dug up for a bit, and no guarantee of when we'll finish the work, but it has to be done. We have to be able to have water up there. So instead of what we had been doing for many years is using the well at the caretaker's house, now we're going back to what once was city water, which makes a whole lot of sense. So this is a DOH requirement to improve our water system, so no choice about it, and we feel bad for those who have scheduled events, but Kira has moved most of the events that were scheduled at the park to the Rotary Park. For others, we've returned their permit fees, and you know, I think we're in good shape in that area. But park is still available to people, but there's no bathrooms, no anything there, and the maintenance will be just mowing the grass, so it'll be real lean this year. But that's it. Any questions for me? Okay.
I just got a quick question. Getting back to the programs at Adirondack Bank and Ivy Gardens and Old Bank of America, is the architectural integrity going to be maintained on the construction?
Oh, yeah. You mean the historic value and all that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be working on, I'm sure that they're going to want to tap into some of those historic grants as well. But it's a historic district, so downtown is all historic preservation. But the idea of what they've been planning is to retain, the outside will look identical but better. You won't have scaffolding, which will be nice. And the upper eaves won't be falling on your head. But the inside will be where the real work will be done. So, and then the garden apartments, it'll be painted, and you can see in the photo in the other room, a white, so it'll really perk it up a lot, but it retains the same structural, you know, shapes and things that are on that building. So I think you'll like it, but be sure to look in the other room.
Functionality is, you know, very important, but it's nice to have that architectural integrity. It really makes the city beautiful.
Yeah.
Helps to add to
No, they've done a lot of projects in Utica that I've toured, and the work they do is just amazing. And they have been renovating old factories and a lot of historic buildings, so they're the perfect people to be doing this sort of project, I think. Okay, well, shall we call it a day and adjourn? Do I need a motion?
Motion.
A second? All in favor? Thanks, everyone.